See that Martinelli fella? Oh, don't even get me started on Martinelli. Do not get me started on Martinelli, bro. Because I'm telling you, if I was Arteta, Martinelli would not have made it out for that second half. I promise you. On everything I love, I would have hooked him like that, like a fish. I would have hooked him and told him to stay inside that changing room and think about your first half performance. Think about the first half performance that you had. And this is so peak, yeah, because anyone that knows me, yeah, and anyone that's been following me for a while knows that Martinelli, that's my guy. That's my boy. Doganelli, that's my dog. But on Sunday, nah. On Sunday, nah. Martinelli was so disappointing, I don't think you understand. And I feel like it's one of these things, yeah, that it just goes to show Arsenal, we haven't got a Gakpo, yeah? We haven't got someone who is as effective or just someone that's crazy on the left-hand side. Martinelli, this might be his last season at the Emirates. And it makes me sad to say this. I really don't want to say it because I like him. He work ethic. And I told you guys, I love players that will work hard and fight for the badge. But there's only so much that working hard and fighting for the badge can take you. Now, honestly, I've had enough of him as well. Like, I think the thing that was most frustrating about that game, yeah, was that I feel like from Arsenal fans' perspective, and you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right, I feel like from the Arsenal fans' perspective, the first half was great. Solid defensively. You know, Madueke got the ball, did a little something, tried a couple chances, got corners. But second half, I was like, okay, yeah, this is where Eze and Odegaard come on around the 50th minute and change the game. But that just didn't happen. I think the reason why he didn't want to start Eze is because, again, if you start Eze in a big game, like title, this is like, again, who stamps their mark early on who is actually serious about the title challenge, yeah? I feel like for Eze, he hasn't had that many training sessions with the whole team to actually know how he wants to play or how Arteta wants to play. So I feel like he was never going to start. He was always going to come on, but he was never going to start. Odegaard came off injured last game with his shoulder. So I was thinking, even him, I didn't expect him to start. You're not going to start Winery because he's a kid. And I thought that midfield for the first half was perfect. Nullify the game, be solid in the midfield and dominate the midfield. And that's exactly what he did. The midfield was just a solid unit to defend and contain Liverpool. Because last season, when we went there away, I think towards the end of the season, bro, Gravenberch was singing, running through the six with my woes. The guy was running back to back from box to box. And then he was, bro, they were playing it out wide. They had Salah moving crazy on the wing, had Luis Diaz moving crazy. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that midfield was just to stop anyone trying to do that again. However, I just think all Arteta needed to do, instead of waiting for Slot to bring on Curtis Jones for McAllister in the 60th minute and then bring on Eze and Odegaard 10 minutes later, if Arteta made that substitution first, if in the 50th minute Arteta said, you know what, Martinelli's stinking and this midfield, we need a bit more attack. If he said in the 50th minute, Odegaard, Eze, come on, I reckon that would have been a completely different game. And that's the one thing that I will say about Arteta, that I feel like his decision making when it comes to the substitutions, he leaves it too late unless he's completely unhappy with what he saw. Because there have been times like Nuno Tavares against Nottingham Forest 4 years ago, hooked within 30 minutes or 40 minutes because he absolutely did not like it. If that doesn't happen, Arteta will wait until the 75th, 80th minute to make subs. Just one thing, yeah? Just one thing that annoyed me so much about that game. Again, I'm not even so crazy annoyed that we lost. Obviously, I don't want Arsenal to lose at all. But it's not even the fact that we lost. It's the fact that he waited so long to make substitutions. And in like the 80th minute, brother brought on Max Dowman. He brought on Max Dowman, bro. He brought on a 15-year-old kid. Aye! A 15-year-old kid. I don't think you guys understand. You know, if he starts year 11 like next week. In fact, it might even be this week. He might even start year 11 this week. Because it's September now, isn't it? I swear the kids go back to school. Bro, when he brought him on, I said, what is he doing? Ethan was on the bench. Trossard was on the bench. Anyone else would have been cool. Do you know what I mean? You're going for it. But man's bringing on Dowman. Brother's got braces. He brought on a youth with braces to come to Anfield. The only way that would be acceptable is if we're talking about Ramirez back in the day. You know what I mean? No. It was so mad. Like, I get it. Dowman is gonna be good, but nah. Like, man's doing back to school shopping, you know. Man's gonna get kickers and what wallabies and them things there, and he just came on against Liverpool at Anfield. Bro, when I saw that, I said Arteta's mad. If it was the free kick that Raya conceded at the end of last season against Bruno Fernandes, I would have corned for him. I would corn him. But that free kick was amazing. Posting in, you can't, like, when it hits the woodwork and goes in, there's not much else you can do. Like, and even, I don't know if any of you watched Match of the Day, but the way Joe Hart broke it down in terms of how perfect that free kick had to be to beat David Raya, and the fact, you know, they broke down his positioning and, you know, why he took like 2 quick steps to the right. It was sensational. If you haven't watched it, I guarantee you should go and watch it.